I mean, personally, I'm really glad that they added this. Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Q60B from Samsung. That's right, this is the 2022 model. And just to clear up a few things before we get into it, there's a lot of confusion between model numbers and year numbers. So just to clear everything up, the Q60A is going to be last year's, the 2021, and then the Q60B is this year, the 2022. So when you type in Q60, you're probably going to see a lot of A because there's a lot of closeout deals on them. But let me tell you why you might want to consider getting the new one. So if you're looking at the Q60B, you're probably looking at it because of the price point. This is a entry-level QLED panel, so it's not going to be the brightest and most vivid picture out of all the other QLEDs on the line, but it is the start of that quantum dot and the 100% color volume. Now, the quantum dot panel is going to give you 100% color volume, so if you're looking between this and your standard out-of-the-box TV like a TU7000, this is definitely going to look a lot better, brighter, and just more colorful. Now, because these models really don't change too much between year and year, usually takes a couple years for you to really see any major changes. One of the things that is different that you really want to appreciate about this year's model is that it does come with 4K upscaling. And the thing is, last year's model didn't have that, so this is an upgrade that you might not be thinking about, but it's there. Now, before we move to the next point, let me explain to you what upscaling is if you don't already know. So essentially, you have different picture resolutions, right? So you have your 1080p, which you're used to on YouTube, and then you have your 4K, which is becoming the norm for content nowadays. So what 4K upscaling is going to do is essentially going to predict every missing pixel to make it a 4K image, even though it's really not. So it's kind of like fake 4K, if that makes sense. Now, if you're watching something that's 4K, obviously it's going to be 4K, but if you're watching a 1080p image, it's going to look much better on this TV than it would off of your standard, TU7000 or maybe even AU8000. It's just kind of one of those features that you get in some of the higher end televisions, and that's why I'm kind of surprised, and I think it's a great deal to put it in this type of TV because it is an entry-level QLED, so normally it doesn't have that. Now, one of the more important things that people don't really talk about a whole lot is going to be the processing power. And since we have an upgraded processor, you already know it's going to be better than last year's, and what I'm talking about is the speed at which your television moves. So this would be like typing in Netflix passwords or switching between apps. It really sucks when you're pressing that button and you don't see it on the screen for 1 to 2 seconds. And that's just kind of something that the cheaper televisions have to deal with because they don't have high-end processors. So is this going to be the fastest? No, but it's definitely going to be a lot better than most of your average TVs. If you want extremely fast processing power so you can type in your passwords extra fast, then you're going to have to fork up an extra $2,000 to $3,000 for a TV like this. Maybe something like a Q900 or Q90. They're just a lot faster because they have to have those big processors for all the data that they're producing. Now, they did add a new kind of OS update, if that makes sense. So the apps are going to look a little bit different when you go to the main screen. And, I'm personally a really big fan of how Samsung does their OS. And I have the older model of this TV, so I'm used to kind of using the way that works, but now with this one, I have to get used to it, so it's not bad, but I definitely need to get used to it. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Samsung does a great job at always innovating and thinking of new things. If you guys were here for the last year's model, you'd know that they added the new solar remote. Now, this is only available for the QLED TVs and higher. Basically, you can charge this with solar or USB Type-C if you'd like, but it even charges off the light in your room, so you could just turn it over and having the lights on, like the fan light or just the living room lights, maybe even from the windows on the side, it's going to charge it, and it really never dies. So no, you don't have to leave it in the sun for an hour to 2 hours every day because this thing will last quite a long time. And like I said, it charges off the light in your room, which makes it super easy. Then you never really have to worry about it dying. Now, one of the last things I want to cover is the stand. And something I really like about these TVs in particular is that the stand is super easy to assemble. This one actually is a zero tool installation. Now, if you guys haven't already, check out our video on how to set up a TV. It kind of shows you how to take it out of the box and get it up on your stand without damaging it. But if you look at that video and then you watch this one, you'll notice that these stands, they just slide in. Super easy, and probably one of the coolest features as far as a setup goes. that Samsung has included, and they actually do have 2 different slots for you to choose. So you could set it up super wide if you have a really wide stand, or maybe you don't have a super wide stand and you can put the feet in. This one is the 75-inch right here, and we're looking at about 40 inches with the stand on the in and 50 inches with the stand on the out. So you're getting about 5 inches of wiggle room on each side, which I thought is a really cool feature. Now, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments section. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video. Also, if you decide to pick one up, go to our website and let us know if you purchase it. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one. That's going to be all for this one, and if you guys haven't already, check out some of our other cool videos on products like these. If you guys are interested in getting the best deal on this product, email youtube@Waltz. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos or deals.